out of the way early. Just a little housekeeping note. Are we all voting for Brandon Johnson in this room? Very good. And you know, I'm Paul Vallis's worst fear, right? You know, a left-wing Jewish meddler in the elect. You know, I'm like the broke George Soros up here. But we can't do Paul Vallis, guy. I mean, he's like transphobic, homophobic, privatizing, refunding the police. How are we gonna refund the police again? We just funded them, you know? Withered thumb and glasses. He looks like a thumb. It's not enough other things. You know when older white men look like thumbs? And they don't. Bernie Sanders doesn't look like a thumb. A lot of good nose in there. But if you're not careful, something happens. Something happens with older white men. They start getting thummy. Hair goes away. Just a giant thumb privatizing the city. Yikes, you know? That's a script. Someone's got to write it. Someone said, yeah. That was my mom? Yeah, I'd watch that. I would watch that. Oh, wow, y'all. And you can probably tell that I'm more of a worker bitch as opposed to a boss bitch. Yes. Anybody? Okay, let's take a poll. If you're a worker bitch, when I point to you, let me get a work. Tepid. All right, guess I'm performing for the 1%, you know? Get your real Monopoly, man, you know? All right, if you're a boss bitch, let's put a pin in that. Bosses always want to put a pin in some shit they don't want to talk about, right? It's true, worker bitch, so that's really my entire identity, truly. Picture me, lunch pail in hand, skipping to the office whilst whistling an old Union tune, well done the mighty Union, you know? That's how I commute to work every morning. Takes me forever. LA is not a skipping town, I'll tell you that. Me skipping on the highway, don't do that. Oh man, I really can't stand bosses though, because you know what, I resent just sort of a fundamental imbalanced power dynamic. With a boss, you never know if they're delegating or just lazy. There's no way of knowing. I have a boss right now. She's harmless, fine. Would categorize her as you know? But even still, anytime she tells me to do something, I'm always a little like, do that shit yourself, you know? Do that shit your damn self. And someone was like, ooh, she's got a bad attitude. Anybody who went to school with me like knows I wouldn't say that out loud, you know? Of course, externally, I'm very much like, yeah, sure, of course. Have that on your desk by EOD, you know? Oh, but internally, it is Rage Against the Machine, you know? You're not the boss of me now. Okay, Malcolm in the Middle Hive, rise up. Some Malcolm heads. That was Bryan Cranston at his best, type shit. People resonating. Wait, I love you too. How'd you guys find out about this? I'm like, I don't know y'all. Y'all were not at my Hanukkah party. Wait, my dad?
Yes, I love Ben Joravsky.
You know Ben Joravsky? Yeah. Give it up for Ben Joravsky. Made me. Made in God's image. Betzelem Elohim. I'm a Jewish educator. I don't know. Do y'all know what that is? It's what it sounds like, you know?
You can figure it out.
And you know, like, I didn't like initially realize this was a job either. That's how you know the game chose me. Woo! Some people are like, oh my God, she's a rabbi. I'm not. I'm really not. Essentially, the way I see it, I'm responsible for teaching every Jewish child in Silver Lake how to talk with their hands. What else is there to a Jewish education but like gesticulating and Drake, you know? I had my students studying the lyrics to One Dance like it was the goddamn Talmud, you know? They left class that day on some, I need a one dance, got a Hennessy in my hand, you know? Your pussy is calling my name, type shit. They went home to their parents like, Mom, Dad, what's an op? Who here doesn't know what an op is? If you don't, so turn to your partner and explain what an op is for good measure. No one does it. No, it's important. You really gotta be out here with your hustles and your side hustles. And working with the kids it gives life. Who here enjoys children? Right. Yes. Shout out one of my besties, came out tonight, just had a child, showed up with her whole family. Sorry, I gotta shout out the Thompson family. Right here. I gotta shout out the Thompsons. Representing 4 to 6 generations. Pulled up to the Northwest side for me? Like, come on. Oh man, yeah, I work with kids. Children, you know, they really inspire hope. I'm an auntie. You can probably tell from my glow. Yes, yeah, you can clap or Venmo me, you know. I'm trying to get her Build-A-Bears. They still do Build-A-Bears?
Yeah.
They do. All right, well, time to start saving up. She's a baby, so I've been hanging out with a lot of babies. I'm really picking up on their nuances. Like, have you ever seen one baby watching another baby cry? The level of judgment is insane. The watching baby acts like they never cried a day in their life. My niece will be looking at her friends cry like, what happened to her? Like, bitch, that's you, you know? It's very much like the infant version of clubbing sober and judging the drunks when the weekend prior, your ass yacked on the bouncer. I mean, that was just you 5 minutes ago. When you're getting your face wiped down, babies hate that. Pro tip, do not wipe down a baby's face. They will call child services on you. Very much. Sounds like a waterboarding. It's not worth it. Let them be dirty. The government's not going to let me have kids. No, I do. I think despite, you know, babies are a lot of work. Who identifies with that? Babies are a lot of work. Yeah, I got some friends with kids. So I've heard. No, we're not all mothers and fathers, only ones that are cut out for it sometimes. No, but they take some labor. I do think that I want to be a mother. Kind of bummed I missed the moment on being a teen mom. That's always a flex when it works out, you know? Republicans love you. I mean, Republicans love a teen mom that made it. They'll be like, this former teen mom now runs a bank and a church, you know?
Bober. It depends.
What?
Lauren Bober.
Thank you, Bridget.
You're welcome.
Lauren Bober, yeah. Corny bitch. Corny ass bitch. I want to be a mom, mostly so that I can give birth to a child that will become a famous rapper and then buy me a house. Rappers are always buying their moms homes. It's part of the game, you know?
That is the goal of parenting.
Absolutely. It really is. And like, you know, it's sort of the famous baby rapper homeowner pipeline. You know, that classic thing. And like we couldn't have the house growing up because some adversity makes a good rapper, right? So it would just be like me, my child, and then I think 2 random roommates maybe.
Yeah.
My kid would spit bars like, grew up in a 3-bed with my mom's and her 2 roomies, you know? There was Todd who played the cello and Micah who was Polly. Always a Polly Micah, right? In like a random roommate setup. But what a childhood, right? Like just like you, your mom, and then like 2 two random 35-year-olds just sort of tethered to the gig economy. I mean, that's a millennial family. Oh. And that's why we need to vote Brandon Johnson, okay? It needs to be better. It needs to be better than that. Oh, wow, yeah, no, so that could be good. Something oh, speaking of teens, though, I did recently, I chaperoned a synagogue teen trip to the border. So yeah, I'll kind of let that grouping of words sink in for you. Let that paint a picture in your mind. It's a real eye-opening experience. The border part, sure, but more so the teens. Do y'all remember, like, are you familiar with the concept called the teenage goodbye? We all did it as teens. There's like the Irish goodbye where you leave without saying goodbye. There's the Jewish goodbye, you say goodbye and never leave, you know what I mean? And then there's a teenage goodbye where you say goodbye to your friends as if you're sending them off to war. Every goddamn time. I'm telling you, I'm talking tight embrace, you know what I mean? Eyes clamped shut. Meaningful exhale. And then, I'll see you in 20 minutes, babe. These teens are out here hugging each other like there is no tomorrow, every time. Got a lot to learn from them, a lot to learn from the youth. I had to take them all through airport security, 16 teenagers. Right, thank you. It was a whole fever dream. But I learned, it was really like a human study. I came to realize that there are two types of people in this world. The ones that pour their water out before going through airport security. And then the ones who try to chug it right quick. I'm the latter. Okay, we got some airport chuggers. No, sensible. You too. Middle row, sensible. Yeah, I guess so. We got a few of us, a few airport chuggers. I guess my question for all of us then is, what's your trauma, babe? What's your trauma? I mean, there's gonna be more water on the other side. It's gonna be free, right? It's the only free thing at the airport, you know, apart from whatever I steal from Hudson News. Dramamine. But nevertheless, every like clockwork, I'm really standing there barefoot, right? Water truly dribbling from my chin. Choking back gulps. You know? While a TSA agent who's concerned for my well-being is like, Miss, you're doing too much, miss. I turn to him with bloodshot eyes. I am the Green New Deal, you know? They're like, don't let her through, don't let her through. Don't get on the plane. You know, it's just like, sometimes you are so passionate about the environment, it becomes a trauma in its own right, you know? And that was really Al Gore's dream, so nailed it, I guess. I guess I nailed it, yeah. Not gonna lie, I've been traveling though, coach, so don't be too proud of me. Classic, I'm talking group 9, you know what I mean? I'm talking group 12, really sitting there. God bless my dad, he's in the audience. His favorite thing is being the last one to get on the plane. And it's gonna be him every time, you know? I'm like, Dad, you're group 1. He's like, I know, I'll wait. Get your real Bernie Sanders looking at it, you know? I'm making a statement. Like, I'm not sure what the statement is, but oh man, I've been traveling here and there. I recently went to San Diego for the first time. We've been there? Okay, a few of us. Here's what I'll say, first impressions. Dreadlocks hit differently in San Diego. You know, we agree, you know, a lot of people down there getting dreadlocks, shouldn't have them maybe, don't know how to take care of them, you know? Damn near all of Caucasia walking around with sloppy locks and a scalp that smells like belly button. Like that. It's true, that hairstyle's not for us and you can smell it, you know? Day 2, it's expired, it's not, you know. We know, it's not meant for the hair. I met a lot of white men down in San Diego who allegedly hate racism, more specifically, they fucking hate Karens. You know, and this was so interesting to me, like, I couldn't help but wonder, like, do you actually hate racism? Or do you just hate women, you know? People are uncomfortable. And don't get me wrong, like, white women are trash. This is a universal truth. That's what I say to myself when I wake up in the morning. White women are trash, white women are trash, white women are trash. Let's do it, you know? But, like, aren't white men just sort of Karens who rape? Oh, you guys are so nervous with this bit. Nothing to do but push forward, you know? The set's not changing, so here we go. You know, I'm talking about, like, that's just a raping Karen. Just calling the cops on the cookout after you roofie the punch. You know, like...
Yes.
But I know, because some of this crowd is boomers, and the boomer laugh is... And I was saying that to everyone backstage. I'm like, some of it's my parents' friends, and it's a smile laugh. It's a frozen smile. And it's good, but they're loving it. They're loving it. Here's the other thing is, I don't know if y'all noticed, but, like, I'm white, for example. But I'm not necessarily, like, worried about being a Karen, or in my case, the gay version, a Peggy. And that's because, like, anytime I try to harness my, like, inner entitled white woman, you know, like, to get my way, I always end up presenting more so as her 15-year-old son, Kev, who's got, like, salty hormone punishment energy, you know? Not, like, force intimidating, you know? Like, for example, we were having a mouse issue in my apartment, and so I called management, and I went into this call with a plan to be like, hello, this is Rachel Joravsky of J.P. Morgan Chase, you know what I mean? These mice are unacceptable. Hang up, make them call me back, you know? But instead, it ended up coming out like, yo, having mice sucks. Miss, no disrespect, and I know this is not your fault, but having mice kind of sucks. We do still have them. That's okay. That's okay. Rather have mice than be a kid. You know what they say about mice? It's just a pet you didn't plan for, you know? A free pet you didn't plan for. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's, that's good. That's good. I actually have been, thinking about the state of race relations in this country recently, probably every day of my life for the past 31 years, and I realized that white people and black people are, like, bad at choosing doppelgangers for each other. Right? Like, it's not a great skill that either sort of group has, you know, like... At best, it's inaccurate. At worst, it's racist, you know?
Yes.
And I realized this because, like, recently I was on set with this, like, 21-year-old Gen Z black girl, and she told me that I look like Sydney Sweeney. And I was, like, flattered, but, like, I don't. First of all, you can't be a Sydney Sweeney doppelganger and have little titties, you know? Like, that's the rule of her doppelganger. Like, in order to get Sydney Sweeney doppelgang, you gotta be Sydney Sweeney Swiman, you know? You gotta be able to truly, like, throw your girls in a circle. I'm talking throw your tits in a circle. You know that song?
Yes.
It's just the rule of it. I thanked her. I was like, yeah, I know I do. You know, just kind of agreed. Oh man, a lot of. How are we like in 2023 though? It's I feel like it's kind of cold.
It's cold. Yeah.
It's kind of cold, but there have been some major W's, okay? There have been some major W's of 2023, namely Rihanna and A$AP Rocky having another baby. Okay, I mean, are you ever just so happy for people who couldn't give a flying fuck about you? They don't know me, never will, but here's what I say, they should know me. They should want to know me because I would make one hell of a nanny for that family. Jewish women, famously great nannies. Case in point, the nanny named Fran. I'd be like her, but poorly dressed, okay? First of all, the outfit who watches The Nanny in here? Woo! The outfit she wears to work, so unrealistic. Who babysits in a blazer? Right? Like when I'm babysitting, the unofficial babysitting uniform is very much like pilled leggings with a hole in the coochie, you know? Just sort of covered in Cheeto dust from Cheetos that belong to the family. That's like when I am babysitting, I am dressed for the job I have. And it's giving last resort. But I would babysit for them mostly because I feel like it would be the easiest way for me to have a threesome with them. And I'm saying that with my chest, knowing all the people my parents brought here today. It would be the easiest way to have a threesome with them. And I'd let that shit be known in the interview. I'd be like, I cook, I clean, take it or leave it, I'm very skilled at threesomes. Put that shit on my resume, crafty little third, you know? And I know you guys are all thinking the same thing, like, truly, why would they choose you? Why you? You know, why me? You know, this broke 31-year-old with the energy of an Ashkenazi little bow wow. It doesn't add up. And the truth is, because I'm a nice third, I work hard in a threesome, okay? I'm a worker, bitch, remember?
Right.
I'm scrappy, like, oh, you thought I was tapping out for a sip of water? Ding dong, I mean, asshole, you know? You did not see that coming and you never will. Where'd she go? She jumped out the window ass naked into the night? Yep, that's how I do it. Surprise! Oh, man. What do I want to leave you all on? How do we feel about the cops in here?
No.
There's only one cop I love, so I'm just like, did he come tonight? Did my uncle come tonight? I don't think he did, so here I go. Risking cancellation. I really miss I miss Chicago because I miss like public transportation so much. Like I feel like in LA I'm just like tethered to my GPS. Like do y'all even use GPS like that here?
Yes. I do.
You do?
I just have a really poor sense of direction.
What GPS are you using?
Waze.
Waze! Who else is using Waze? Waze! Yes, okay, Waze World, you know, Waze World up in here. Waze, I'm Team Waze. I absolutely love that app. It's a real one because, I don't know if you all notice this, but it tells you when the cops are around.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
Like, what? A feature that literally alerts you when the block is hot?
Yeah.
That's not an app, that's a brotherhood. That's the revolution happening in my car, you know? Like, the cops start riding dirty and that little ass voice is like, 5-0, 5-0, you know what I mean? Waze manages to be fuck 12 while trying to get me to eat at a Wendy's, you know? Only in America. Oh, all right. I'm actually gonna end on a small piece of theater for y'all. This is how I actually, you know, expect to meet my wife one day. It's gonna look a little something like this. Hi. Hi. I'm sorry. I never do stuff like this. But I saw you from across the cafe, and I couldn't help myself but come over here and ask. Would you maybe want to watch my laptop while I go shit liquid in the bathroom right quick? I'm pushing 30, but I'm writing a coming-of-age story about millennials while living off the government. What can I say? I guess I'm just sort of the millennial Mary Tyler Moore.